what are some of the core principles that have guided your career and how you think about public safety strategy?
Yeah, well, so, we have 4 core values at the Pueblo Police Department: service, integrity, character, and excellence. And I think those 4 values have played a role throughout my career in what I do. Now, like I said, I wasn't an angel. I'm not perfect. I have had struggles. And I think if most people are honest, that all of us have struggled in our professions at one time or another.
Yes.
But those core values is what I think of when I make decisions as a chief. It's what I think of when I hear from the public about things where we're doing things right, where we're doing things wrong, and how those core values impact what it is we're trying to do in our community. So that's what I would say is the service to the community and my partners or my subordinates now. Excellence in everything I do. I strive to do everything I can at the highest level. And those are both 2 things that I learned from my parents. My father was in the military. Service was something that we did as a family. And excellence was expected out of everything we did. If you're gonna make your bed, make it right. If you're gonna do this, my dad had a saying I probably can't say on here, but don't do it halfway.
Yep.
And same with integrity and character. Those things have been beat into me, sometimes literally and sometimes figuratively, my entire life. That's how I try to run our department, is based off of those 4 values. And then when you talk about technology, how does the technology help us live up to those 4 values? And we'll get into it, I'm sure, later, but SoundThinking allows us to have a quick response to our community, allows us to gather evidence that we need to make cases on criminals, and it allows us to have integrity because of the way that it is done. So when I look at what it is we're doing, whether it's technology, whether it's a training program, whether it's what we're doing out on the street, it has to meet those four values.
Interesting. How did you, or how does Pueblo PD onboard new professionals along the lines of those 4 values? Did you come up with those in terms of, when you were coming at your Pueblo PD, were those values already there for you, or did they sort of evolve as your career and get?
We asked the officers, what 4 values do you think symbolize what we're about? And those were the 4 values that they came up with. And so for the last, 4, maybe 6 years, those are the values that we've had as an organization. When we onboard people, we try really hard to keep those values in mind when we do it, have questions on the interview related to those in some way or another. And then we're looking for people that demonstrate those values in their life, which is honestly getting harder than it used to be. Service doesn't mean what it used to people. Integrity doesn't mean what it used to people, unfortunately. Excellence doesn't mean what it used to. I worked construction for a little while, and we had a saying on the construction site that you can't see it from my house if there was an error on the construction. And it's like that kind of mentality has crept everywhere. And that's not the kind of mentality we want. We want people that, in our department, that when you go out and you're dealing with somebody on the street, if that was your mother or your brother or your sister or your father, grandmother, whatever, is this the way you would want a cop to treat them? And are you doing everything that you can for that case? Those are the expectations. It's easy to just to pencil whip a report and then say, I couldn't find this person to go talk to. Well, did you really try? And so those are the kind of people that we want, are the people that are going to go that extra mile, where good enough isn't good enough. If I steal a phrase from some other company, I think, but but it's and so we do try to include that in our hiring process. We also try to include it in our training process in the academy, PTO program, and in our supervisory training.